Hello, welcome to Screenwalks. I'm Marco Demutis, Digital Curator at Fotomuseum Winterthur. Screenwalks is a collaborative program by Fotomuseum Winterthur and the Photographers Gallery. We thank Pro Helvetia for their support. Screenwalks is a fortnightly series of live stream events led by artists, curators, and researchers who take the audience on an exploration of the digital spaces where their practice takes place. We are interested in exploring the changing role of the photographic and the image in its contemporary digital and network transformations. And we're very lucky to have a lineup of very talented experts who help us doing just that. If you've seen other events in our series, you probably know that each screenwalk is different, ranging from a behind-the-scene look at a work in progress to a performative event on a messy desktop. Feel free to check our archive at screenwalks.com or on our YouTube or Twitch page to discover more of the past screenwalks. Now, before we begin, the usual housekeeping rules. For those of you in Zoom, your microphones should be muted. If not, please go ahead and mute yourself. This event is being recorded and it will be archived, so please turn off your camera if you don't want to be recorded. If you have questions throughout the screenwalk, please send them via chat publicly or privately to me or John.
Hello all, my name is John Uriarte and I work as a curator of digital programs at the Photographers Gallery in London. Today we are very happy to have Maria Guta with us, leading a performative screenwalk where she will present a current project she is developing together with Laurent Houret. Tonight, Maria will respond to the name of Iris, and she will impersonate a fictional social media influencer, spiritual guru, and celebrity. Through such fiction, Iris embodies the processes that we experience through images of celebrities on online media platforms and makes us think about the role of the image in creating lifestyles, in shaping ideas and ideologies, and our own vulnerability and apparent need of guidance. Through her performance, the artists attempt to reflect on how those identities, carefully constructed, controlled, and managed in their own online representations, have become true political and religious icons of today's society. Maria Guta is a Romanian artist based in Switzerland. Her work mainly looks into mechanisms of self-representation, which she reenacts by placing herself both behind and in front of the camera. Perpetually constructing and creating alternate cyber identities, she makes us an immersive digital tools and social media in her work. She holds a BFA in graphic design from the National University of Arts in Bucharest and an MA in art direction from ECAL in Lausanne. But now let's forget about Maria and join me in welcoming Iris, who has kindly allowed Marco and I, and you too, as Marco said before, if you are in Zoom, to ask her a few questions throughout her screenwalk. Iris, I just want to welcome you. Thank you for being here. And yeah, the screen is yours.
Hi. Finally, I thought we were here to talk about me, not about Maria Guta, but now it's all fine. So thank you so much for the invitation. I'm really happy to be here finally. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Sorry,
Yes,
unfortunately, everybody's microphone is muted, but I'm sure they hear you and they communicate through the chat. John and I will be here taking their messages from the chat to you.
Okay. Yeah.
And also just wanted to say that we're very excited to join your ritual in a moment and your network blessing. We're all looking forward to that. So we're getting ready our meditation selfies, but yeah, we were just wondering if we could maybe start with a short interview before getting to that part.
Yes, of course. I'm here for that, I guess.
So one of the first questions, maybe just to start things off, because as John mentioned before, we're so interested in this role of the image on social media platforms and this role of like influencers. And maybe you can tell us a little bit how you got to be an influencer.
Oh, I'm not really an influencer, at least not in that superficial sense that society today is using the term. I mean, I don't even own an Instagram account or any other social media account. I genuinely use the internet as an extension of my brain and my spirit. One of my senses, I would say.
That's an interesting thought. Can you explain further?
Yeah, I mean, to be more precise, I think the internet is one of our senses. Only not everyone gets how to use it to its full potential. It's really just like with human brain. We only use 10% of it, or at least that's what they say. I would even go for 1%. Yeah.
That's an interesting theory. Is there a particular way how you got to this conclusion, to this theory?
I mean, quite early in the beginning of the internet, I felt this deep connection that I had with it, and we developed a very special relationship, symbiosis, I would even say. And I guess I've been using this medium as both a second body and a second spirit.
And how does this medium, the internet, shape your identity then?
We speak a lot about identity today, aren't we? About digital identity, multiple identities, social media shapeshifters, and so on. And on the internet, we can all be whoever we want to be, right? We can visit different places at the same time or be different people at the same time. These are more than just theories for me. It's a lifestyle, I would say. And I've been, constantly reincarnating since pretty much the beginning of humanity. I witnessed so many cycles of our development as humans. So I can tell you this. We are indeed, as I said it already when I briefly lived in the body of Rudolf Steiner, we are living an epoch that's mirroring the so-called third post-Atlantean, or Egyptian, if you wish, epoch. And Egyptians were such visionaries, like so ahead of their times. Today is especially relevant to look at ancient Egypt with fresh eyes and to reconsider and revisit the meaning of reincarnation, as today it is more present than ever, actually. And it's right under our eyes. It's so obvious that people don't even look at it anymore. I mean, this whole be the new you, be a better you, be the best you, all this self-improvement and life transformation tips and movement altogether is so much more than just a marketing tool. I mean, of course, it works just marvelous in that sense too. The whole humanity is falling for it. But I have to laugh so much and cry at the same time, depending on the mood phase, at how naive people can sometimes be. And I don't know how superficial, how they take this on such a basic first degree level. I mean, that's part of the plan, yeah, but sometimes I just feel like screaming out loud, wake up. Yeah, anyway. And that's why people like me are secretly commissioned to emit these kind of theories, basically to formulate and to implement the trends of an epoch. That's basically why they call me a guru. I'm giving away instructions on how to access a superior spiritual level, how to properly prepare for that future Jupiter incarnation. But very few people are able to read between the lines, and most of them took everything literally, as I already said. Yeah.
You lost me a little bit at the future Jupiter, but I'm sure our audience is right there with you. And I also want to mention again, whenever you have questions, please just write them in the chat and we'll bring them to Iris. In the meantime, maybe I have one about, what exactly is hiding under this trend of being the best you, as you call it.
I mean, the whole be the best new you point, when both your brain and your internet sense are at high capacity, is precisely to allow you to reincarnate in an upgraded version of yourself in a new body, the internet body. And that's the name I gave to our superior condition of existence during this epoch on Earth. It is actually quite mind-blowing, as we reached a stage where reincarnation doesn't even imply previous death anymore. I mean, the internet alone enables it. I get shivers just by thinking of it.
Okay, and I want to go back to this thing that Marco also mentioned. What did you mean by the future Jupiter incarnation? What does it imply?
Oh, that's basically our next condition or consciousness, or our next major stage of evolution, if you wish. Basically, when we arrive there, we will have the Jupiter consciousness, which is perfected imagination. And basically everything we are trying to stage, to impersonate, to improve, to transform, to fake, to augment, to smoothen up today, it will come just naturally in the future Jupiter, just by the power of the mind. And everything we are obtaining today, thanks to technology, I hate that word, thanks to beauty apps, plastic surgery, Photoshop, Reface, etc., it will be just a matter of imagination and mind control.
Thank you for that. There's a Iris disciple in the chat who's saying you're so amazing, which I guess it was more of a comment than a question.
Thank you. That's really, really nice. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I just wanna.
You already know who this disciple is.
I have a little guess. I mean, I'm basically pretty much mind connected with all my disciples. So I think
There's one question actually about the disciples from Janice. She's
yes.
asking, what is the role of your disciples?
Oh, they don't have a role. I mean, we are really just connected at all times through the power of mind and spirit. And there is this continuous flux of energy and information that goes between me and them. And well, it's them who decided to call themselves disciples, but I don't have a, there's no hierarchy. I think we're all equal, so it's really an equal exchange between us. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Janice is asking again if they read your writings. Your disciples read your writings.
I mean, I guess so.
Mm-hmm. I was going back also to other things that you said before. You said that you don't use social media, but do you take selfies or do you use beauty apps?
That's pretty much irrelevant. I mean, my beauty comes from much deeper places than beauty apps. As for the selfie, what can I say? I'm the one who actually came up with this term during what I call a mirror meditation session on my very first smartphone. But I don't care about fame, so I just let someone else get all the credit. But I would say beauty apps are actually underused because they could represent quite important tools in the shaping of the better internet self. I mean, on a deeper level, they're just to, I don't know, simply pump your lips. They can mirror some profound needs and desires of our soul and of our spirit. And I also think they say a lot about what's screaming out loud inside us.
Thanks a lot. This is, of course, very interesting for us, looking at the role of the image, so beauty apps and social media. So actually, just another question maybe regarding social media. Do you have any contact at all with social media, or is it something that you just distance yourself from?
No, I do have contact with social media. I'm actually hired by quite a few famous people, or I don't know, let's call them major public figures, to build that best them on the internet, and not only. Or sometimes I simply reinvent them from the scratch. But what it basically happens is that I help them reincarnate in their new, improved internet body.
Wow, that's quite a thing to acknowledge. Can you reveal who are your clients? List some examples of the clients that you work with.
I mean, I shouldn't really drop names, but I'll mention the Kardashians, for example. They never mind being mentioned in public statements anyways, regardless the reasons behind. Yeah, I was there from them from the very beginning, I would say. I mean, back in the early 2000s, I was hired by Paris Hilton's family in order to help her connect or reconnect with her spiritual self. And that's how I met Kim, who was always hanging out with Paris back then. And I just felt the potential immediately. That young, beautiful soul had the most vibrating iris flower growing inside her. There was something spectral about her. And I don't know, she was just the perfect ground for bigger things. And I felt it right away. Yeah, Kim was particularly gifted in feeling the power of the internet and social media. She was feeling so rightfully the potential of those tools. And I just did my best and I helped her use that gift to the fullest. And the rest is history.
That's a great story and a great insight. I have another question from the audience, from the chat in the meantime. Retna is asking, what is your problem with the term technology, as you mentioned before?
This is a matter I would rather not develop, not get into details right now, because it might offend someone else, and I don't want to get into that kind of dynamic.
Very
But yeah.
considerate of you. Maybe then back to the Kim and Kanye. I mean, John and I are big fans, so we might want to know a little bit more. Did you have something to do with Kim and Kanye getting together, for example, or?
Let's just say I helped their internet bodies to connect before anything else.
So you've been working with Kanye. You were actually mentioning that he's your favorite artist.
Yes. I mean, yes, he is my favorite artist. And yes, we are working together pretty often, actually. And most recently, I helped him with the gift for Kim's 40th birthday. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, he offered her a hologram of her deceased father who was talking to her. And I basically intermediated a dialogue with Robert Kardashian's spirit. And so he could transmit that genuine message to Kim. Yeah, I was basically the medium who connected the two worlds.
Wow, that is truly impressive. Did Kanye ask for your help regarding his political career too? We've seen.
I don't get involved in politics. I find it can be very poisonous for the soul. Yeah, I mean, many lives ago, I used to rule over a whole civilization, and I fully drank from the cup of power. And I actually almost lost my soul. So I would never do it again. And I try to stay as far as I can. I think, I think that kind of power brings out the ego, which is an absence of awareness, and you just forget your true self.
They are asking on the chat as well if you are a disciple of Kanye.
No.
Okay. And by the way, just as we are talking about politics and Kanye, any comment of the fresh American elections that just happened or are still happening today?
No comment.
My Eternal Youth program. It's available in online wellness centers, and it includes a package of revolutionary cream, a full blood and plasma replacement, incredible plant-only based pills, a 7-day diet program, a meditation and sport routine, and unlimited access to my secrets on how to control your own self-belief, and much, much more.
Oh, sorry about that.
Did you just plug one of your products?
I don't really know what happened. I mean, advertising is so disturbing sometimes.
Well,
Yeah.
here in Screenworks, we don't usually allow product placement on advertisement, so maybe let's try to keep it to a minimum. But in the meantime, sorry, somebody just said that was Jurocalypse on acid. I wanted to say.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Oh no, that was just a comment on your video. I think it was very appreciated, even though it was a product placement, or sorry, an advertisement. I wanted to say to the audience that if they have any questions, to hurry up and ask them, because I think we're almost ready to go into a ritual moment. So maybe just a couple last questions before we start the second part of the Screenworks. I was wondering, just going back to the discussion of disciple, or in general, like inspiration. Could you tell us who's your biggest inspiration?
No one. I think I don't have someone that is an inspiration, but I am truly and deeply inspired by the resilience of life forms, the mystical forces at stake coming from the far end of the cosmos, the vibrant positive and negative energies emerging from everything. I find all that so inspiring. Yeah.
And the disciple on the chat is asking, what is your next big product release?
Which sounds like another planted product placement.
No, come on.
Well, I actually cannot speak about that either. Or no, let's say no. Maybe if you're all good and stay with me until the end, I might say something about it, but my disciple is being
We have some other questions on the chat too. One of them, Sarah, asks, does the internet help you connecting with your true self? And in what sense it does enhance these senses? Like a sixth sense, maybe?
Oh, I mean, definitely, yes, it definitely helps. And I think we have much, much more senses than that. I mean, I don't know. I was previously asked this question, and I even said I would count at least 13 senses. And for sure, internet is one of them, like I also said earlier. And I mean, just think about it. We have all of these devices that are extension of our not only body, but also brain and consciousness, of course.
One more question from Retna. Can you tell us more about controlling our cells' behavior? What does that mean?
Controlling our own cells' behavior. Yes. I mean, just imagine. Okay, it's a tricky one because it's kind of part of the answer from my disciple, but she knew that very well. That's what I was trying to hold back a bit. But so basically, we were working on developing this capacity of controlling your cells, which means that at some point you can be able to heal yourself from pretty much everything, or to stay young forever, or I mean, the sky's the limit, because then your brain would just send the right information to your cells and nothing bad will happen anymore. Or everything will happen according to your brain, which actually might not always be ideal. But yeah, that's pretty much what I meant. I hope that's okay for an answer.
Absolutely. I think that if we do not have any, maybe John, do you have other questions that you want to ask?
No, I think that we can go now to the ritual that we planned. Or
I have one last question.
Go ahead.
Just came to mind. Maybe this is something that there's a, I think you have a new disciple in the chat. Pablo is declaring his love for you.
I love you all. I really love you all too. Thank you, Pablo.
One of the questions that keep us up at night, John and I, in our institution, is how do you see the future of photography? Do you wanna answer that question?
Oh, I mean, of course, you guys just had to ask that question, right?
Pretty predictable.
I mean, I always say the future of art is also connected a lot of our sense of perception. So I think it's a bit similar in the case of photography. And I think we will get to that point where we will be able to record and store everything we are seeing with our eyes, with our iris. And so I think the same way we are now taking a picture with our phone, we will be able to do that soon enough, I would say, just by looking at it. And that's gonna be quite a revolution for photography, I would say, because there will be no more limits. I mean, digital photography will be nothing compared to that. Augmented photography will be nothing compared to that.
I do have a last question, in fact. I'm also reading the chat. I'm seeing all this love that different people are sending, and also the last comment saying it is for president. I was wondering also, as we talk about Kanye going into running for presidency, have you ever thought on running to be president of Switzerland, for instance?
Oh no, dear. Like I just said before, I really don't want to get into politics again. I mean, if you would watch my other interviews, you would see that I was also incarnated as Nefertiti at some point. So I had my piece of power and responsibility, and it's actually not that funny at all. So no thanks.
All right, thanks a lot. I think now it's the time for Iris to perform stream meditation and for our audience. So we are now maybe letting everyone prepare for a minute. So just so that you can get set up, please go and get this ingredient for the upcoming ritual. So you have to make sure to grab some herbal tea, a candle, a lighter, your phone, and your Instagram account. And it needs to be a public account. And also incense stick never hurt. So if you have any of those, just grab those as well. We'll be right here. We'll give you a few moments to go and grab everything. I'll repeat all the ingredients. So a herbal tea, some kind of herbal tea, any kind of tea, a candle and a lighter or matches, something to light up the candle. Make sure to grab your phone, most important, and have your Instagram account ready, a public account. Okay. So we encourage all of you to take part, and remember that you're maybe basically among the lucky ones who are able to get tonight like a chance to find spiritual enlightenment and a networked blessing by Iris. So if everyone is ready or on their way, almost there, Iris, you can slowly maybe start to get everybody set up and start this ritual with us. Thanks.
Okay. Well, I hope everyone is ready.
Somebody's boiling the water, so maybe we, oh, the S way. So maybe we can start really slow, guys. Don't worry. We'll wait for everybody, and then you can all follow and write in the chat if we're going too fast.
So, there we go. First of all, while I'm doing this introduction, go and prepare yourself a cup of tea. A herbal tea, ideally. On your way to the kitchen, grab a candle too, as you will need it. At the end of this meditation, I will ask you to take a picture of yourself. Instead of a selfie ring light, use the candle that burns next to you. But most of all, use your inner light. It should shine bright by then. Once you took the selfie, post it on your Instagram account. You may delete it later if you don't feel cute enough, but just try and post it. And very important, use the hashtag meditation selfie. I repeat, meditation selfie. Without this hashtag, you won't be heard by the superior forces we invoke, and we won't be able to reach our final goal, which is a sign that you are seen and listened, and that you are better and closer to that perfect reincarnation. While your water for the tea is boiling, try to visualize the heat growing in intensity and let it warm you up. Feel its shades of yellow. Feel its shades of orange. Feel its shades of red. Feel its shades of purple, and let them invade your bones. Let Let them invade your muscles, your skin. Relax this earthly body. Now, pour the tea in your favorite cup. Grab the candle and go sit. If possible, try to sit in a quiet place where you cannot be bothered. Make sure you are in a comfortable position. Light up the candle and feel its shades of yellow. Feel its shades of orange. Feel its shades of red. Feel its shades of purple. Close your eyes and continue to visualize these warm colors until they turn into the most beautiful iris flower that grows inside your heart. The flower is spreading light, warmth, and colors through your whole body, sending ramifications from your heart and to every single cell, to your whole lymphatic system, to the bones, to the muscles, to the skin. It's all connected. Now, try to visualize the inside of your computer. Try to visualize all the cables enabling the Wi-Fi connection. Look inside the cables and find all the yellow, all the orange, all the red, and all the purple thin wires. Feel the electricity going through. Feel its warmth. Feel how it's similar to your own body. Feel the electricity crossing your whole body. Feel the friendly shivers. Do you remember the first time that you connected to the internet? Like the very, very, very first time. Do you recall those shivers, the excitement, the way it intrigued you? Did you also feel that starting with that moment, you were never to feel alone again? Do you remember the first account that you ever created? The first nickname, the first profile picture? Was it true to reality? Or did you make it all up? Try to remember who you were in that very beginning and take a moment to say hello to that early version of your digital self. Visualize it as if it were a 3D avatar and walk a full circle around it. Very well. Now take a sip of your tea and while swallowing, think that you are ingesting your primordial internet body. If you feel it's too much to take in at once, Take several sips until you feel fully absorbed and assimilated that old but dear image of yourself. That's right. Drink it all. Now, come back into the present, into the very moment. Open your eyes and stare into your screen for 10 seconds without blinking. Now close them again and let the fascicles of yellow, orange, red, and purple to penetrate the shadows of your iris. Use the eyes of your soul and look inside your computer again, but try now to focus on the present. How do you connect with the internet in the present? What changed since your very first connection? Dive deeper. Reach for the soul of the computer. Try to get its pulse and sync it to your own heartbeat. Can you hear it? Is there only one? Or do you detect several hearts beating at the same time? You are deep down inside the system. How many of you are floating in there? Try and connect each different heartbeat to each different connection to a certain platform. How many times a day do you connect? How many times a day do you split personality? How similar or how different are your internet bodies? Sync your heartbeats and your respiration with each and every one of your digital selves, just as you would sync all of your contacts to a new phone. You can now see all your army of cells. They're all aligned in front of you. You created each and every one of them. Each and every one of them. Each and every one of them serve your different internet and self-esteem purposes. What do you feel while looking at them? Is it comforting? Are you feeling proud? Are you feeling ashamed? Are you feeling surprised? Overwhelmed? Just take a moment and go hug each and every one of them. That's right. Hug them and let your warmth transfer to their cold bodies. Love them. Show them that you love them. That's right. Just show your love. Now take a step back and open your eyes again. Look into my blue eye and say out loud the name of each of your accounts and avatars. Okay, I can hear you. Okay. Good job. Now finish your tea. With every sip, you fully absorb and assimilate each one and every one of yourselves. You feel that colorful warmth running through your system once again, invading your cable intestines and your neural network. You suddenly feel stronger. Close your eyes again. They are all gone, but you suddenly feel like empowered by some divine force. Look inside yourself and listen to your heart's beating. Several hearts, all beating for one beating for all. Visualize a yellow iris flower growing inside your first heart. Visualize an orange iris flower growing inside your second heart. Visualize a red iris flower growing inside your third heart. Visualize a purple iris flower growing inside your fourth heart. Last but not least, picture this perfect white iris flower that is growing inside your internet primordial soul. All the colors that you ever felt during this journey come together in this beautiful flower in a spectrum of white light. The brightest white, the brightest light. It's taking over your whole body. You're floating in a halo of white light. You're floating, you're floating. Let yourself bathe in it for exactly 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now open your eyes. Grab your phone and take a selfie. Post it on your Instagram account right away. Use the hashtag meditation selfie and wait a sign from above.
Thank you so much, Iris, for this amazing ritual that you have just done. I was just thinking that this is much better than my early morning yoga routine that I do every day. It's been an amazing experience. I was thinking that maybe we could look into the photos, into the selfies that the audience might taken and uploaded to their Instagram accounts. Just let me remind everyone and put it also in the chat that the hashtag that we are using is meditation selfie. So I'm just gonna, if you are okay with it, I'm just gonna share my screen 1 sec and show some of the photos that have been uploaded to Instagram. So this is the hashtag meditation selfie. And I'm just gonna update it to check which are the most recent selfies uploaded with that hashtag. I guess that this is one of the images that have been just uploaded to Instagram following your ritual. I was wondering if you have any comment to do to the photo, to the picture.
I mean, at first sight, I'm quite speechless. I'm so happy that you guys went through this journey with me and that you all stay connected not only to this chat, but to my mind as well, because I felt it. I felt all of you. And I mean, yes, I really like the fact that we can see all the elements that we were mentioning in the beginning of this conversation, that we can find them all in this picture. I really like the sign of her fingers, because she's really receiving the right energy through that unification of thumb and pointing finger. And I mean, just look at the warmth of the light in the candle in this picture. And yeah, I really don't know what else to say. Thank you so much, Anya, for doing this. It's really quite impressive. And oh, I also noticed that Anya is a musician. She's playing piano. Oh, I really like that. Music is something really important, like any form of art, like photography as well, since you were asking me earlier. It's helping us to connect with other dimensions. And I mean, music is literally opening the skies. Yeah, really beautiful. So let's see if we get any divine response to the selfie that Anya posted.
Okay.
I am really gonna concentrate and focus on that. So yeah, let's see if we will be listened. Oh my God. Did this just jump from 1 like to 100 likes? Oh my God. I mean, that's exactly what I'm talking about, you know? That's pretty much the effect of this incredible kind of meditation and reincarnation into your internet body. And I mean, if you guys want to connect more often and to go through this kind of, let's call it routines, but although, yeah, it's a pity to just reduce it to a routine. But if you want to connect more often, we could get to higher and higher levels. And yeah.
We can try and check if there's any other selfie that has been uploaded with our with a hashtag that you proposed. Let me just check if there's any other recent. Oh yeah, there is one.
But yeah, no, yeah. Oh my God! Oh my God! This is my disciple. I mean, no, I mean, yeah. Let's just say.
In fact, sorry to interrupt again, but she's asking that she really needs your blessing on her selfie.
Yeah, she's a sibling soul, actually. So I cannot describe the warmth that looking at this picture brings to my soul and my body. And I know she's going through a bit of a rough time at the moment. So, and actually, I'm gonna do a very special incantation from her just as soon as we are closing this chat, because I think the screen is a bit intimidating sometimes. Oh, I also wanted to say I'm really sorry for keeping my sunglasses on the whole time. As you see, as you see, she's also doing it because something happens when you go through this kind of meditation program on and on. You get so powerful, and there's so much power concentrated in your eyes, in your iris, that actually it can be quite dangerous for those looking at you in real time. And so yeah, we have to keep these glasses on. But oh my God, I'm so happy to see you, soul sibling, and you know how much I love you. And I have faith that from now in about 15 minutes max, you will feel the energy I'm sending to you. But let's see now if your selfie is also seen and if it also receive the divine recognition and energy that we were invocating. I told you, it really works. It really works. And we keep going, and then the more we go, the more it comes. It's really that easy. Oh yes, it's that easy.
Thank you so much, Iris. It's been amazing. I'm still amazed of how like the power that you have to bring all this network blessing, I would say, into the selfies of the people who have joined us tonight on this really special event, I would say. I don't know, Mark, if you want to add something else. I'm just so like puzzled with everything that just happened.
Yeah, thank you. I am speechless, and I was very impressed. In fact, I am refreshing now on my end, and I see this count keeps going up. This definitely,
oh my God.
it definitely was a skeptic, I have to admit, but it was quite incredible to see for the first time on Screenwalks some selfie shamanism happening.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's really how it works. I like to think of myself as someone modest, but God, when I see how well it really works, I'm allowed to say once in a while, #feeling proud. And just one last thing that I want to show to my disciple for just a quick healing. I just want her to deeply look into the eyes of baby. She knows who baby is. So there it is. And I'm gonna do the rest on my own. And yeah. Sorry, no product placements.
On that note, we thank you once again, Iris, maybe for the possibly most mystical and confusing Screenwalks we had. I think you have now a bunch of new followers or disciples from our people in Zoom and on Twitch, I'm sure. Lots of heart emojis are coming in from the chat.
Yeah.
And thank you, of course, yeah, to all of you who came in and showed up in Zoom and on Twitch. And we're going to be back in 2 weeks with Salvatore Vitale. We're going to talk about surveillance cameras. And
yeah, so just invite to everyone who has come today to come back for more blessings, online blessings in 2 weeks. The chat is full of likes, hearts, and oh my gods for you, Iris. I just add mine to all those likes and hearts. And thank you again for being here with us.
Thank you so much for having me. It was really beautiful to share this with you guys. Thank you, guys.